Coming up tonight, the Democratic Representative Beto O'Rourke announces he will be running for president in the 2020 election. What his campaign will look like.
Downtown Oswego is holding a photography exhibition as part of a SUNY Oswego's Artist Series. What pictures attendees expect to see.
And Governor Cuomo announces 3-day traffic enforcements to crack down on drunk driving on St. Patrick's Day. More on what this will mean for law enforcement and drivers.
WTOP 10 Nightly News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to WTOP 10 Nightly News. I'm Jacob Manro.
And I'm Abby Buttacavoli.
Democratic Representative Beto O'Rourke has announced he is running for president in 2020. The former congressman from Texas's 16th district ran a heated campaign for the Senate against Ted Cruz in 2018, but lost by a narrow margin. O'Rourke announced his candidacy for White House on his Twitter page Thursday morning.
According to CNN.com, O'Rourke is among more than a dozen Democrats competing for the nomination. He is running as an Obama-style candidate looking to move past partisan politics. His views on policy remain unclear. However, he did push for Democratic policies such as Medicare for All and legalizing marijuana. During his run for the Senate, O'Rourke will kick off his campaign in Iowa this weekend. Storm Team 10 meteorologist Brittany Sparcino is live outside the Morano Campus Center. Brittany, how's it looking out there?
Hi, thanks guys. Right now the temperature is still absolutely beautiful like it has been all day today. For today's highs, we were in the mid to upper 50s with a hot spot of 60 degrees in some places. And for today's highs, the temperatures is still the same in the mid to upper 50s. And taking a look at current satellite radar, the rain is at our doorstep right now. It's raining and it's not going to stop anytime soon. And moving into tonight's forecast, our low is going to be 48 degrees and the showers are going to be lingering around. And coming up from my latest forecast, we're going to see if the spring temperatures are going to be sticking around. But for now, I'm going to throw it back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Brittany. A Pulaski woman accused of starving a 4-year-old girl appeared in court Wednesday evening. 28-year-old Sarah Diamond and her boyfriend, 23-year-old Devin Buckner, both of Mexico, New York, were arrested on March 6th following an investigation with Child Protective Services. The couple have been charged with second-degree assault and endangering the welfare of a child. The 4-year-old is currently in the hands of foster care. Diamond and Buckner are scheduled to appear in the town of Richland court April 24th.
Tonight we are joined with reporter Jihad Yarber. Jihad, can you tell us more about the event you attended this week?
Thank you, Abby. The SUNY's Got Your Back event was hosted on the Oswego campus, where I was on the scene to see how this event makes a change in the name of survivors of violence and sexual assault.
Sheldon Hall. On March 5th, students and members of the SUNY's Got Your Back organization joined together for one thing: backpacks. Filled with stress balls, deodorant, and other supplies, everyone in attendance lined up to fill as many bags as possible.
Definitely way more than I would even know.
As the event went on, each bag brought the organization closer to their goal of aiding survivors of crime and sexual violence.
So part of this was born as a way to engage students on the issue, let them know that there are resources available to them, to send a message that if someone is a survivor of violence, that SUNY is here to support them and that there are resources available to them.
The SUNY's Got Your Back event had one more thing in store with the help of a special guest.
The stress just build up and build up and build up. But then we have to unpack it. What is lying?
DJ Zeke Thomas spoke of his experiences coping as a survivor and engaged the students about the importance of emotional support.
There's sometimes I don't want to be touched. Sometimes I don't want people near me, and that's not even a sexual thing. I still have a problem with that. That's, I think, the last frontier of what I'm going to have to work through.
As Thomas's talk with the students came to a close, he lined up with everyone present to fill their last bags.
The Title IX office says 2,070 backpacks were made at the event after their last bags were accounted for.
Thank you, Jihad. A photography exhibition looking to capture nature in motion will be held as part of SUNY Oswego's Downtown Artist Series. Photographers Chris and Arnold Galen will host an exhibit called Color and Abstraction to showcase their work in nature photography. This is a great opportunity for students to reflect and interpret the work of artists. The exhibit will take place on March 29th, starting with a reception from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Tyler Hall Art Gallery, and is free to the public. The Downtown Art Series will be held from March 29th until May 3rd.
Congressman John Katko has hired a new district director for the Syracuse area. Executive Director Jim Keeb of Focus Greater Syracuse has stepped down from the organization to begin his new job in one of the highest-ranking positions in Katko's office. According to Syracuse.com, Keeb was the executive director of Focus Greater Syracuse for 2 years and has over 30 years of experience in business and government. Keeb replaces Isabel Harris as district director, who left the office to serve under Onondaga County Executive Ryan McMahon. Starting next year, SUNY Oswego will be giving Fennell Hall a brand new look. Reporter Caroline Evans has the story.
SUNY Oswego has been updating their residence facilities for about a decade now, and soon they will be starting construction on one of their biggest projects. Starting the spring semester of 2020, Oswego will begin the process of renovation of Fennell Hall. The Fennell renovation project has been in the works since 2013, and they plan to be done with everything in 2022. Opened in October of 2006, Fennell Hall is just steps away from Marano Campus Center, Cooper Dining Center, Hart Hall, and most of SUNY Oswego's classrooms. Now this involves students tremendously. Fennell contains approximately 400 residents, and all of those residences has to find a room in the other various residence halls by the spring of 2020. I was able to talk to some students on how they feel about the renovation.
It kind of sucks though, because like I'm gonna miss being like close to everything and like being, center of campus and being around, work and classes in the dining hall. Being attached to a dining hall, I'm gonna miss. So I'm not happy about being forced out, but I like the renovation idea.
I'm excited to see the bathrooms because they are not in top condition right now. They're just...
This is Caroline Evans reporting for WTOP 10 Nightly News.
For more information about the renovation, you can visit Residence Life and Housing on Oswego's website.
Governor Cuomo has announced a crackdown on drinking and driving for St. Patrick's Day weekend. The governor will enforce a traffic enforcement detail which will run from March 15th until March 18th. There will be an increase in sobriety checkpoints and DWI patrols throughout the weekend. Cuomo made a statement urging New Yorkers to make a responsible decision and plan a safe ride home if their St. Patrick's Day weekend will include alcohol. State troopers made 243 DWI arrests during last year's St. Patrick's Day weekend.
The Powerball has reached just under $500,000. There was no winning Powerball ticket sold for last night's $448 million jackpot. The estimated prize for Saturday's possible jackpot now stands at $495 million. With the jackpot climbing, more people may be feeling extra lucky this St. Patrick's Day weekend. If a lucky winner is drawn on Saturday night, they could take home the 8th largest jackpot in Powerball history.
Will there be a third trial for Silver? A panel of federal appeals judges in Manhattan questioned a prosecutor Wednesday about former State Assembly Speaker Sheldon Silver's latest corruption conviction. This raising the speculation of a possible second reversal. Silver was accused of taking bribes disguised as $4 million legal fees from a mesothelioma researcher. The researcher then referred patients with asbestos cases to Silver's law firm in return for state research grants, as well as from developers who used a different law firm in return for help on legislation. According to Syracuse.com, he was convicted in 2016, but the Second Circuit reversed after the U.S. Supreme Court raised the standard of proof in federal bribery cases. He was convicted again last year and sentenced to 7 years in prison. In September, the sentence was delayed pending his appeal.
Coming up later tonight, the Senate blocks President Trump's national emergency declaration.
And Boeing 747s across the country are being grounded.
You're watching WTOP 10 Nightly News. We'll be right back.
believe in patriotism. We believe in our country. For 100 years, veterans have been impacting our nation through the American Legion. Learn more at legion.org/webelieve.
It's back and better than ever. One student can win up to $25 in cash. All on Oswego's favorite game show, Spin to Win! Every Sunday night at 9, only on WTOP 10 TV.
Hello and welcome back from the break. I'm your Storm Team 10 meteorologist, Brittany Sparcino. Looking at current temperatures across our region, we are in the mid to upper 50s with Oswego sitting at 50 degrees. And zooming out into the rest of New York State, same picture all around. On the low 50s to upper 50s, it was Jamestown at 59 degrees and with being our warm spot. And for our current winds, it's very calm out except for along the Lake Ontario wind shore or lake shore with 18-mile-per-hour gust and at Oswego 17-mile-per-hour gust. But as you move inland, the winds are to calm down. And for your weather headlines, the taste of spring is going to be over, unfortunately. And for the weekend, the snow does return. But for next week, we are going to see the sun with a potential warm-up. Looking at current satellite and radar, the rain is in our area and it is raining right now and it doesn't seem to be ending anytime soon. And back to our west into western New York, the rain is there too and it doesn't seem to be stopping anytime soon either. And for your future cast for Friday at 3:30 in the morning, the rain is still here and it's going to linger for your early morning hours. And for your Friday for your afternoon commute, there should be no issues except we're going to have cloud coverage here, but no precipitation in the area. And moving ahead for your Friday night, the rain unfortunately is back. And looking back into the west, the snow is going to be coming into our area. And for your Saturday morning, if you are out, the snow is going to be at our north, but it is not going to be in our area or affecting us. And for your Saturday morning, no issues. If you are going out, you should have no issues going out and it should be totally clear. For your overnight planner, it's going to keep clear, but the showers are going to be here. And for your tomorrow morning, we are going to say bye to the 40s. For tonight, you're going to see the showers in the area with a low of 48 degrees and a wind south 15 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, the showers are still going to be here. But look at that, a high of 50. It is going to feel very spring-like. And for tomorrow night, the snow is here in a low of 32 degrees. And for your 7-day, Friday is going to be very rough, and so is Saturday and Sunday. But coming up into the early part of the week, nothing but sunshine all week, no precipitation, no issues. But unfortunately, the temperatures are still going to be low. Coming up after the break, more news and sports. You're watching WTOP 10 Nightly News.
Guys, I don't feel so good. Shouldn't have had that chili for lunch.
When you are in space, you can't run down to the store to buy parts. You have to improvise with what you have on your mission. Making is when there is something new that was not in existence at the beginning of the day.
Okay.
It's an incredible sense of accomplishment when you have made something. That's why I make. Now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Hello?
Josh, the stream's not working. We need you to fix it right now.
The stream's down? I'll be right there.
Welcome back to WTOP 10 Nightly News. Former Democratic Senator Birch Bayh has died. He had a huge impact on American politics and government through his tenure. Bayh wrote 2 successful constitutional amendments, the 25th regarding succession of presidency and vice presidency. He also played a major role in the 26th Amendment, which lowered the voting age from 21 to 18. Bayh's roles in the U.S. Constitution was rare, given he was a freshman lawmaker at the time. He was first a farmer before being elected to Indiana State House and then running for U.S. Senate and winning in 1962 at age 34. Bayh's son, former Senator Evan Bayh, said he died Thursday morning after suffering severe illnesses.
A Florida police officer was relieved of duty after a video appears to show officers making a rough arrest. Rebecca Vargas has the details.
You didn't even do nothing. Touch me. Do not touch me. Do not touch me.
Cell phone video of a rough arrest going viral on social media. Miami-Dade officer Geraldo cuffing and taking down a woman. Miami-Dade's police director reacting to the video late Wednesday night, tweeting, "I find the actions depicted on the video deeply troubling and in no way reflective of our core values of integrity, respect, service, and fairness." According to the arrest report, the incident happened Tuesday, March 5th, near Southwest 113th Place and 201st Street. Police were responding to the call of a neighbor dispute. 26-year-old Dima Loving says a man called her a derogatory name and pointed a gun at her and her friend when she walked past his home. But during police questioning, things would escalate.
She needs to be corrected, if anything. Calm down. All right?
Why?
Why do I have to be corrected when my life was just threatened to my daughter?
In the video, you can hear Loving's friend Adriana Green off camera, calling the officer's actions into question.
Why are you doing that?
According to the police director, action was taken before a complaint was even made. The director saying an immediate inquiry was initiated, which resulted in the involved officer being relieved of duty and of his role as a field training officer. The camera continues to record as 2 other officers assist in the arrest.
She's not doing nothing. I wanted to call my kids. I just said I wanted to call my kids. My phone is dead.
The director says more discipline could be coming. He says, "I will hold those that violated any of our policies and or procedures accountable for their actions or lack thereof."
After the arrest for disorderly conduct, Loving spent 4 hours sitting in the back of a police car before being booked at Turner Guilford Knight Correctional Center, where she remained until posting a $150 bond around 3 a.m. the next day.
12 Republican members of the Senate joined the Democrats to rebuke the president's National Border Emergency Declaration. The president declared the state of emergency in an effort to get money for the wall at the U.S. southern border, and the 59-41 vote was overwhelmingly against the president's executive action. The resolution was privileged, which means it had to be pushed through to be voted upon by the Senate. Though the resolution was overturned, lawmakers do not have enough votes to override a certain presidential veto.
The Connecticut Supreme Court ruled the families of Sandy Hook victims can continue with their year-long lawsuit against gun manufacturers. The reinstatement of the lawsuit allows families to pursue one particular case in their initial claim. Remington, the manufacturer of the AR-15 rifle used in the Sandy Hook massacre, purposely marked the firearm as a weapon capable of efficiently carrying mass carnage outside of institutions like the military. The families will continue to argue their unethical marketing case in Bridgeport's Superior Court.
UK lawmakers have voted in favor of delaying the Brexit process. Lawmakers know more time is needed to break the deadlock over Britain's departure from the European Union. They decisively rejected a call for a second referendum. Prime Minister Theresa May will now ask European leaders to grant an extension to Article 50, the legal process under which Britain is leaving the European Union. Unless a delay is approved by all 27 remaining European Union leaders, Britain is heading for an exit on March 29th.
Slovak businessman Marian Kochner has been charged with ordering the murder of an investigative journalist and his fiancée. Jan Kuziak and Martina Kuznerova, both age 27 at the time of the attack, were found dead in the journalist's apartment in February 2018 with bullet wounds to the head and chest. Prosecutor Dusan Kovacic says the reason for the murder was the journalistic work of the victim. We don't have a weapon, but we have evidence of the weapon and ammunition. Kochner is already in custody in the city of Banska Bystrica.
Coming up in sports, Nick Ketter. Nick, can you give us some quick preview?
I sure can. Looks like we'll have a huge weekend in Oswego for some hockey and plus a big game for the Syracuse Orange tonight in the ACC tournament. Keep it here on WTOP 10. Sports is next.
Pretty good today, pretty good. You know, yeah, I thought he called a pretty fair game.
Come on, man, that was a weak call. Yeah, man, that ref is totally soft.
All right, crew, let's get started. All right.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
Welcome back to WTOP 10 Nightly News. I'm Nick Ketter. This is your sports update. After one of the best seasons in Oswego basketball history, the Oswego State Lakers men's basketball team received a few more honors for the mantle. The National Association of Basketball Coaches placed senior Tyler Pierre on the All-East District First Team. This honor adds to a banner year for Pierre, as he also made the All-SUNYAC First Team. Sophomore point guard Liam Sanborn joins him on the second team, and head coach Jason Leone was named the East District NABC Coach of the Year. Oswego State Lakers hockey team, on the other hand, is preparing for a big weekend as they are the 5th seed in the NCAA tournament. They host the 6th-seeded Hobart Statesmen in the NCAA Championship quarterfinal right here on Saturday at Marano Campus Center. Hobart hopes to ride the momentum into MCC as they defeated Plymouth State 2-1 in the first round. The Lakers hope all-SUNYAC first-team forward Anthony Pissarro, a regular season forward, to win, and an all-time record of 35-4-2 over the Statesmen can lead them to victory. Puck drop is at 7 on Saturday. The NASCAR season is underway, and Monster Energy Series Cup driver Kyle Busch has a chance to make history. After wins in consecutive weekends, Busch sits at 199 career wins. One win would give Busch 200 career wins across 3 major NASCAR series. Only NASCAR Hall of Famer Richard Petty holds this record with 200 Cup Series wins. The restrictions on the number of races Cup drivers can run in the Xfinity and Gander Outdoor Truck Series may make this record unattainable to anyone else. Busch will have 2 chances to win this weekend at Auto Club Speedway in California. On to the basketball court. The Syracuse men's basketball team meets a familiar foe tonight as they take on Duke in the ACC tournament quarterfinal in Charlotte, North Carolina. Cuse and Duke split their 2 games this season, but this game has high stakes. Blue Devil star Zion Williamson returns to action for the Blue Devils, as the Orange will be without Tyus Battle due to injury. Cuse hopes to continue to be resilient, much like their last game, which was a 73-59 win over Pittsburgh. Tip-off tonight at 9. And over to the NBA, Golden State Warriors. The Golden State Warriors went to Houston to take on the Rockets. James Harden starting things off with a jumper from the free throw line there. A little bit of Warriors defense here. Steph Curry heading down the other way. He's got DeMarcus Cousins behind the back pass, and Cousins puts in an easy layup. More Warriors offense. Sean Livingston finds Steph Curry. He makes a move, goes to the hoop, and it's a bank shot floater for Curry. Man, he was on fire. More Warriors offense. Klay Thompson goes out to the three-point line, says, well, I'll just take this three-pointer myself, and he buries it. More offense from the Rockets trying to respond in the fourth quarter. James Harden step back from the free throw line, knocks it down. And the Rockets would continue to try to build momentum, but it would not be enough as they fell 106-104 to the Warriors. The Warriors broke their 9-game winning streak.
That's our report for tonight.
Thank you for watching. Have a great night.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
It's me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
Pretty good today, pretty good.
You know, I thought we called a pretty fair game. Come on, man, that was a weak call. Yeah, man, that ref is totally soft.
You might not know everyone in your community, but if you did, you'd see that people in recovery from mental and substance use disorders are all around. Reach out for support and begin your recovery journey. Join the Voices for Recovery. Strengthen families and communities.
For confidential information on mental and substance use disorders, including prevention and treatment referrals for you or someone you know, call 1-800-662-HELP. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.